Hey guys, I'm out here tuning on the old V8 Trike again. My plugs and plug wires come in today. So I'm gonna, of course, start by popping the old plugs out. Go ahead and take these old crappy wires off of here. I don't know if you guys heard or not in that last video, she was definitely missing. And so it's getting close enough. I'll go ahead and start throwing some new parts at it. That plug looks fairly ugly. I'm anticipating several that are not happy in here. It looks like it's burning decent though. Not all oily. The electrodes just rounded off from being old. That one's a little black. Might have a little oil burning in that cylinder. I know this front one up here, believe it or not, it was running. That plug was firing, keeping that cylinder hot. I don't know how, but it was. Go around to the other side. Alright, I got the plugs on the left side of it changed. As I was pulling those out, there was 2 or 3 that was really gassy. This one had to be the one that was missing, fouled completely, because it's really wet. I'll stick these ones in there. I tell you what, this motor just being right out in the open, I don't think I've put plugs in anything that was any easier than this, especially for having headers on it. And I don't actually have a plug gap feeler gauge, whatever you want to call that. So looking at them, making sure they're gapped, I don't know, decent. Making sure they're not smashed shut from impacting anything while they're in the box or whatever, and throwing them in here. And then I'll go ahead and stick the wires on here, and we'll fire him up, and I'm sure it'll run much better. When I first got it and fired the engine up, it ran better, and I think from dumping gas down the carb to just make it pop off, it fouled a plug or two. Probably just because they were old and weak anyway. Probably tight enough. All right, where'd I put those wires? Here we go. And I'll probably just swap one at a time just for the approximate length. How do you guys do it? You just swap one at a time, or go ahead and fumble around and yeah, you know what? I'm just gonna see. That's one. I know that's gonna be one of my longest wires. You guys just pop them all off and jam them on there where they go. Let's see. Go ahead and leave that down in the comments below. You're probably better at this than I am. Push that down on there with that wrench, because, man, I tell you, this big HEI cover, it's kind of hard to get my big fingers underneath that thing. Let's see, yeah, that'll work. All right, there we have it. They're all on. I tell you what, there is no lack of length, man. I have got some serious zip tie organization to do here. It looks a little crazy right now. They're all on. We're gonna fire it up and see how she sounds. Stick our ignition wires together. Give her a couple pumps. Make sure it's in park. According to the temp gun, all cylinders are firing, all tubes on the headers are hot. I'm going to tinker with it a little bit to get this idle down some. I think it's on the choke side to where the high idle, while the choke is on, is keeping the idle up. I'm not sure if I really need that, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that down some. Okay, and if anybody is curious on how you turn that down, or I don't know, for my case, I'm just gonna turn it down so far it eliminates it. You pull this little vacuum plunger guy out of the way, and right down there, there's a Phillips screw. And you just back that out till you got the desired high idle that you're looking for. And I've now backed that out, so I'm gonna put that plunger back on and see if it's what I want. All right, getting this last screw in here, snug this down. All right. I think that's right. Ignition. feel a whole lot better about riding it a little bit with only the front brake, because at least it's idled down and it won't push through it horribly. It does have a bit of a stall converter in it, so that'll help as well. But yeah, I'm happy with that. Runs decent. New plugs and wires. Like I said, I've got to clean a lot of this stuff up. I'll use some zip ties and organize this mess. Yeah, I'm happy with that. That didn't exactly work out. Throttle stuck a bit. My big ass broke this seat tube. So those are both a couple little details I need to iron out. And I'll bring you over here to show you this. I honestly anticipated this being a weak point. I liked the way the seat looked like it was just kind of floating back here. However, if you can see that, it actually split this tube. It actually broke the sidewall out of that tube. So obviously that's not going to be strong enough. Certainly not with me on it. So I'm not sure how I'm going to remedy this for sure. I know I got to bring that seat bar back up where it needs to be, and then I'm thinking of running an angle brace from here to maybe over here just to triangulate this. And if I put a tube on here on each side, it would certainly be strong enough. So it's either that or I was debating on running a backbone all the way from the seat back to this plate here. But I don't know. I kind of like that being open. I'm leaning towards triangulating this. I don't know. Give me your opinion. Drop it down in the comments and let me know what you think would maybe look better, or some other ideas to kind of work through this. You bend that up. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's pretty stiff though. So I don't know. All right, guys. I'll go ahead and call this one a wrap. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss seeing me tear up the next thing, whatever it's going to be.